Hello, welcome.
Hey guys.
So we're gonna do a review of yesterday's and talk about how to translate yesterday's into your own words. So we're starting now with the overview of the what do we call the tips for the hero? Yeah. Guide stage translation. We're gonna have you translate the guide stage translation section because this is what you're going to be doing. It has to make sense to you.
Yep. So as you approach each day, you should having some kind of association, some kind of in your own words. This is what I'm doing when I do a translation.
Yes.
If you don't have it in your own words, it's going to be hard to do it.
Yeah, and refer back to it each day at the beginning when you are like, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be translating this? Go back to your notes about how to do the translation stage and refresh your memory. Refresh your memory. Is that a good way? Refresh. Anyway, think about it.
Okay.
So this idea, new ideas are even more of a challenge to remember. So I want to tell the coat rack story. So when you, if you think about new ideas coming in your mind, and if they don't have a place for them to go, that kind of hooking them or connecting them to something that is already there, then they'll just kind of be there right then, and then they'll just maybe not stay. So I like to think of it as building a coat rack in your brain, and you build all these pegs. So your questions, your just the way that you prepare for the new idea is just as important as having the new idea. And so if you think of a coat rack in your house, if you have it hanging by your front door and everyone comes in and hangs up their coat, it's really easy for them to find their coat when they want to leave again. It's just, oh, there it is, pull it off the hook. But if instead everyone drops their coats into a jumbled pile and some are at the bottom and some are at the top and it's just kind of a mess, it's going to take a second to find it. And with the coats, you'll eventually find it. But with ideas, if they don't have a place to stick in the brain, you might not be able to find it there.
And notice that Stacy talked about new words are a challenge because it's meaning that you're trying to connect to something new. But then this one, new ideas are even more of a challenge. How would you put that in your words? Her explanation is because it's a new pattern of thinking. It's a new way of thinking. It's not just, oh, D means good, like we talked about with Ty.
Yeah,
it's
complex
to think
ideas.
differently. How are you a different way of thinking? And that's the part you really do have to translate.
Yeah.
Because D means good, you're just coming up with a cute association to help you connect it, but a new way of thinking, you have to actually work it through to see what the new way of thinking is.
Yeah.
So to do that, so kind of put down your thoughts about what that means.
Yes, translate what we just said, what we just talked about.
Well, yeah, from the reading. You don't have to. Like,
oh no, not what we just.
What
said.
we said.
What we.
She's talking about her concept of why is kind of like the coat rack. You're creating something to hold on to your memory.
Yeah. So come up with your own idea.
Yeah, your own.
Like that.
So yeah, that was an example of.
I did that for me. I translated it.
Yeah.
That's my translation.
Yep.
Build a coat rack in your brain. Have things that you can hook it onto that are familiar.
And her example of the D for Thai for good.
Sawadee ka.
Sawadee.
Sawadee.
And the drawing, those are analogies, those are examples that made sense to her of what you're doing with the translation and why it matters. What are your examples? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it will be really helpful if you've learned a foreign language, because you will have gone through stages with the foreign language, and we're going to talk about that more. But yeah, when you're doing more of the like conjugation, sentence conjugation, that's more of a complex idea. So if you've done that with a foreign language, then you can do a similar thing with these ideas.
Yeah, even if you know the meaning of 3 different words, how do you put them together so they make sense?
Yeah, and right now we're living in Hungary, and Hungarian, oh my goodness, the conjugation and grammar is really complicated.
Yeah,
it's intense.
They have t-shirts that say, my superpower is Hungarian.
It's really hard, and it's not like any other language. So then he has to build a whole new structure to hang. Both of us do when we're learning the words. It's a whole new structure. So we can't use whatever other language to how we learn that one.
We have to connect it. We have to connect them.
Yeah, we have to connect them.
By the way, this is another thought for what you're doing with the guidebook stage. You are already operating on a a guidebook.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already have these reference points that you're operating on with just instinctively, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is not a new thing. I mean, making it a physical book is a new thing.
Yeah.
But you have operating procedures that you're running, and so this is your chance to open up the programming and upgrade it. So.
Or however, that's one way of saying it. Open up the programming.
Yeah,
But
that's.
think of your own way of
Yeah,
saying
what's
it.
your way of saying
Yeah.
that?
It's your framework, your structure, your belief system, the way you operate. You have that already. You have a guidebook. And
Yeah.
so this is just we could think of it as upgrading and just
Adding to.
inspecting your way of thinking.
Yeah, re-examining and
Yeah.
saying, hey, is this working for me? Are there ways I could improve this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Good. Is that good?
Oh yeah, we were gonna read the tips. I forgot. Okay, so
Okay.
let's do this. Read
Okay.
through the tips now.
So we were gonna not read.
We're not gonna read the tips? Nope.
Nope.
We're not gonna read them. Okay, that's tomorrow.
Okay. Take care.